Hello, Assalamu alaikum, and a very good evening to all of you. Thank you very much for joining in. We have about 50 individuals with us right now. We're expecting more to come. So, we will not delay. We will kick off right away. Thank you very much for joining in. Very excited about this 7 digits program, which comes in after 2 successful runs of very popular program that we launched, which was our 6 digits program. So as you can see by the names straight away, 7 digits would mean more ambitious, um, setting a higher target for yourself. It would mean more effort, but at the same time, it would mean that people who have already achieved a certain milestone in terms of their earning potential, this program is particularly for them. We were quite peculiar. We were quite picky about who would be joining the program so that the level of the program that we're trying to achieve should be at a certain stage. We should not be talking very basic stuff, which is meant for, let's say, a 6 digits program. So thank you very much. You're all very lucky. But at the same time, Sajid would have pointed this out to you. We have communicated to you through these emails also. You will have to put in a lot of effort. In the end, the success of the program will actually be driven by the amount of effort you will put in, and number two, what you take back to your work and try to implement it. Just listening to this stuff is going to be excellent. It's going to be so soothing. It's going to be so meaningful. You'll all enjoy it. But unless you implement it, unless you take these learnings back to your workstation, you will not be able to gain the real benefit. From what we have heard about the success stories of the 6 digits program, I can tell you people who were able to implement their learnings, those were the ones who have very clearly seen a marked increase in their earnings. In fact, interestingly, 50 members who had been a part of our 6 digits program were identified, who had signed up for the 7 digits program as well. And we particularly went back to them asking that you're claiming that you were eligible for the 6 digits program only a few months ago, and now you're eligible for 7 digits. How did that transformation happen? And to that, we got to know some very exciting stories. So people wrote back to us and they shared with us how they have been able to achieve that milestone. But without any further ado, without taking any more time, welcome to the 7 digits program. You're all very enthusiastic, and I'm sure you will also be. So let's begin our session for today. Sajid Aslam is with us, and as usual, Shahid Khan is with us as well for moderation. So the trio, the three of us, we will inshallah make sure that you will enjoy today's session as well. Shahid has just pointed me out that today some of our participants might be fasting because it is Shab-e Barat. So we might be taking a slightly longer tea break, namaz break. So Shahid, was it 6:20 in Lahore and 6:40 in Karachi?
Gee, exactly. It's 6:21 in Lahore and 6:47 in Karachi. So I've requested Sajid to go for a 20 minutes break between 6:25 to 6:45. So
unfortunately, that would not serve our people in Karachi. But I would suggest that take it easy. Go and grab yourself your iftar, say your prayers, and come back and join while the session will be running. So Sajid, I think that will serve us better. So let's begin our session for today. Sajid, over to you.
Thank you, Arun. Assalamu alaikum and very good evening today. Any feedback from previous session? You have got a question box and you can put something on the question box so we will get to know. Any key item from the last session? Last session was more like an orientation, giving you a flavor, but we would like to pick up anything you remember from the last session. कुछ याद हो आपको पिछले सेशन का? Growth mindset, taxonomy, Know yourself, goal setting, smart objective, 10x. Okay. Developing your intro, express yourself, love yourself. So कितने लोग ऐसे हैं जिन्होंने last 2-3 days में सुबह उठ के अपने आप को hug किया? Anybody who used that, love yourself? Business Canvas. Okay. Junaid did. Bilal Imran did. Question box, the question tab, guys. Marketing ourselves, definitely. A lot of distortion. Sidra, if you can reconnect yours again. You are not just paid for ideas. Hugging really motivates us. Asim, yes. Introduction, Umar Tara. Great. So can we take a 1 minute and we can hug ourselves? Can we go and say, I love me, I love me? Can we go today for that? So can you hug yourself and say, I love me? Great. Thank you, guys. आपको एक वीडियो दी थी last time. Anybody remember to watch that video? Okay, so Muhammad Ahmed Aziz has watched both, the scary guy as well. Why you will not have a guitarist one? Yes, Tufani. Let's try to run it together here, and then I have a lot of questions regarding that video. So please, let's try to run it. So meanwhile, it's loading. Everybody has got a link to this video. Let's try if it works here. You should be able to see and hear the video and the sound. Okay, can anybody tell me what you have seen there? Anybody? Question tab. You can raise your hand if you want to share anything. So which field do you think Amin Tufani is working in? Anybody who wants to share, you can raise your hand. Yes, I'm unmuting you. You can unmute yourself. And then Bilal, you can share as well. Yes, you can unmute yourself. Okay. Muhammad Bilal Salim, you can unmute yourself. Okay, Riaz, you go first. Riaz, अभी हमें आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. Riaz, please.
Sir, I think the guy has an extraordinary hand-eye coordination and impeccable practice on his skills as a guitarist.
Okay. And which field he is in today? क्या area है जिस पे वो काम करते हैं? Any
Sir,
idea?
I haven't researched about him. Maybe finance. He's a finance guy.
Strategy. He looks after. He's a director of strategy in Singularity University. Singularity University is the one which works on and do a lot of research around how the world will reach to the level of singularity where the human and robots will be aligned. So robot and human will be working parallel. Yep. Okay, Muhammad Bilal Salim. Thank you, Riaz. Thank you for sharing. Bilal. Bilal, you can unmute yourself. Riaz, if you can go on mute. Thank you. Bilal.
Yes, can you hear me?
Ji, Bilal, we can.
Yes, I have seen his passion, that how he worked.
And what else you saw?
Yeah, his passion, that's the main thing.
Okay. Anybody else? Thank you, Bilal. Okay. Sidra Haq.
Yes, Sajid. Hello, everyone. Sajid, as he started in the start of the video, he said that I have written a song for all of you, which will tell all the ups and downs of my journey and everything. So it shows that words are not only the communication method which exists out there. So there are expressions, there are low and high notes in music as well. So I think it's more about how you communicate with people and how he connected with the crowd. So he was not singing any word, but he was just playing it. So I inferred that communication is a method which does not need only the words out of it.
Thanks, Sidra. Thank you. And if we can request Javadur Rahman.
Yes, Ajit. Hello.
Ji, Javad.
Yes, what I got it from the video, if you see the start from the start, so he started with the wrong direction, and then it determines that you should know your direction. So then he just changed his hand and then start playing. So he's start getting played properly. Then he suddenly getting command after a little time. Then after that, at a certain period of time, he is really playing very well. So what I got at this video, that after a certain time, if you really work on it, it will really, you will get a command on it.
Great. Thank you, Jawad. Thank you. And if we can have Zahoor Ahmed. Zahoor Ahmed.
Hello, Sujit. Yep. So what I saw in this video, actually, I saw it a long time ago. I don't remember exactly, maybe 7, 8 years ago. But today I watched it again with you guys. I enjoyed it, and what I saw is a well-rounded personality. He was intentionally very engaging. The way he started with the wrong hand, I believe he intentionally did that just to engage and bring a smile to the face of the listeners. In addition to that, he seemed very thankful for representing a very prestigious school. And overall, I believe he was a well groomed individual. I like the idea one of the previous speakers mentioned that he started with the wrong hand to show that you need a lot of practice to get where you want to go. But I was more interested in the engaging part, that he wanted to engage the audience. That's why he started with the wrong hand.
Yeah. No, thank you, Zoe. Thank you. Before we go for the break, I just want to highlight one thing. If today somebody asks you who Amin Tufani is, the first thing come to your mind before getting into the research side, someone who is a great guitarist, and he's not a musician, right? So someone who was very, very great, and he has created some experience which people will remember. And it's such a great experience he has created that this video has been used and seen over and over for different purposes. I love that video, normally from a training perspective. And I'll leave you before we go on break. It's 7:25 with me, and we will be back on, sorry, 6:25. So we will be back by 6:45. I leave you with the one word, and that's experience. You remember people based on the experience they generate for you. इसी तरह जब आप किसी से मिलते हैं, किसी से इंटरेक्ट करते हैं, तो जो एक्सपीरियंस आप उनके लिए जनरेट करते हैं, दे नो यू बाय दैट एक्सपीरियंस, नॉट हु यू आर, आपके सीवी में क्या लिखा हुआ है, आप कितने काबिल हैं, बट द एक्सपीरियंस यू जनरेट इज योर इंट्रोडक्शन टिल द टाइम यू चेंज द एक्सपीरियंस. सो आपकी जो परसेप्शन उस शख्स के जहन में होती है, वही आपका इंट्रोडक्शन होता है. यू डोंट एग्जिस्ट इन रियलिटी, यू एग्जिस्ट इन परसेप्शंस. और perception आप generate करते हैं based on your interaction and experience. So just keep that in mind, and we will continue from there, and then we will get into the career zones as well. So you do not exist in reality. You exist in perceptions, and the perceptions are built based on the experience you generate for your friends, for your parents, for your kids, for your spouses, for your colleagues, anybody you interact. आप सड़क पे चलते हो, किसी शख्स के साथ इंटरेक्ट करते हैं, आप उसको कैसे देखते हैं, कैसे बात करते हैं, आप उसको किस तरह रिस्पॉन्ड करते हैं, किस तरह रिएक्ट करते हैं, वो सब आप एक एज अ एक्सपीरियंस जनरेट करते हैं. और जो आप एक्सपीरियंस जनरेट करते हैं, वही परसेप्शन आपकी एग्जिस्ट करती है वहां पे. सो अगर आपने कभी जानना हो हु यू आर, आस्क पीपल अराउंड यू, वो आपको बड़ी रिवीलिंग फैक्ट बताएंगे बेस्ड ऑन देयर परसेप्शन अबाउट यू. Right? So we take a break for Maghrib here, and we will be back on 6:45. और यहीं से हम दोबारा शुरू कर रहे होंगे. Assalamu alaikum and welcome back. Quickly a revamp, और आज हमें शायद अपना सेशन थोड़ा सा अर्ली खत्म करना पड़ेगा और आपको एक लिंक मिलेगा चैट बॉक्स में. TWTS का एक सेशन है 7 o'clock. So I'll invite you, अगर आपने ऑलरेडी उसके लिए रजिस्टर्ड नहीं किया हुआ तो प्लीज रजिस्टर योरसेल्फ देयर. और that's a very interesting session and the presenter or the trainer is coming from Canada. So I'll invite you. अभी थोड़ी देर में chat पे आपको उसका link भी मिल रहा होगा. Use that link to register yourself for that session. And हम इसको आगे दोबारा से continue करेंगे. Anjanet Khalil, I can see that. And Amara Sheikh was also talking about the same. So अभी जहाँ पे हम इस चीज को end करना चाहेंगे, the area which I would like to pick up is your existence. Like अभी हमने बात की कि आपकी existence जो है वो सारी की सारी उस perception पे बेस करती है जो आपने लोगों के लिए create की होती है. So जब आप ये perception use करनी है आपने अपनी प्रोग्रेशन के लिए. सो आपने बहुत दफा सुना होगा, देखा होगा, बहुत से लोग ये क्लेम करते हैं और बहुत से लोग ये गुफ्तगू करते हैं कि मैं तो अपने जो बॉस है या सुपरवाइजर है मैं उससे बहुत बेहतर हूं, लेकिन somehow it's always the supervisor who get the credit, या किसी और को क्रेडिट मिल जाता है. उसका सिर्फ एक ही क्वालिटी है कि वो नेटवर्किंग अच्छी कर लेता है, वो लोगों से मिलता जुलता है, घूमता फिरता है, अपने रिलेशनशिप की बेस पे वो या तो नौकरी मिल जाती है उसको या प्रमोशन मिल जाती है, या he gets something where you feel it was your right and still somebody else is getting it. और ये बड़ा कॉमन सा फिनोमेना हमने बहुत दफा देखा है गुफ्तगू के हवाले से जहां पे लोग इस चीज को क्लेम कर रहे होते हैं. So just try to understand it's not about the work you are doing. It's जिस स्टेज पे अब आप आ गए हुए हैं as a senior person, it's not only about what you are doing, it's how the perception exists out there. लोग आपको किस तरह देखते हैं या आपको किस तरह देख रहे होते हैं in term of the work you are doing. आप उसको किस तरह प्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं, किस तरह सोशलाइज कर रहे हैं, ये सारी चीजें मैटर करती है बहुत ज्यादा. So again the key sentence is that रियलिटी में आप कहीं एग्जिस्ट नहीं करते, आप हमेशा और हमेशा उस परसेप्शन में एग्जिस्ट करते हैं जो आप क्रिएट करते हैं अपने लिए, और वो कंसिस्टेंटली क्रिएट होती है. आप उसको फॉल्स नहीं क्रिएट कर सकते, एक फेक आईडी नहीं क्रिएट कर सकते, आप अपनी फेक आइडेंटिटी क्रिएट नहीं कर सकते. आप किसी एक स्टेज पे किसी एक मौके पे तो फेक परसेप्शन जनरेट कर सकते हैं, लेकिन कंसिस्टेंटली उस मोड में रहना कि हर दफा आप एक फेक पर्सनालिटी के तौर पे अपने आप को प्रेजेंट कर सकें, नॉट समथिंग हु यू आर बट यू वांट एंड यू आर सेल्फ अवेयर इनफ कि आप लोगों को वो परसेप्शन दे रहे हैं, उसके लिए आपको बहुत अच्छा एक्टर होना पड़ता है. अदरवाइज द बेस्ट थिंग इज दैट go back and review your personality and the personality trait. Okay, how you change the perception. So उसके लिए आपको टाइम लगेगा. सबसे पहले तो आपको इसकी जरूरत है कि फर्स्ट यू एनालाइज कि आपकी क्या पर्सनैलिटी है. सो एक मिनट, आपकी पर्सनैलिटी है क्या, क्या आपको पता है कि आपकी क्या परसेप्शन है. उसके लिए आपको फीडबैक लेना पड़ेगा थोड़ा सा अपने दोस्तों से, अपने कोलीग से, अपने सुपरवाइजर से. सो तब आपको अंदाजा होगा. और हमारे लिए बड़ा कॉमन है कि हमें कोई फीडबैक देते हैं ना तो हम उसे रिजेक्ट कर देते हैं कि नहीं यार उसको तो समझ ही नहीं आई, मैं ऐसा थोड़ी हूँ या मैं ऐसी थोड़ी हूँ, मुझे पता है ना मैं क्या हूँ. सो अगर उसको नहीं पता तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है. बट फर्क पड़ता है क्योंकि आपको समटाइम अपनी अवेयरनेस के लिए जरूरी है कि आप वो फीडबैक लें लोगों से and try to understand who you really are, how people perceive you. इंसान की हमेशा तीन पर्सनालिटीज होती हैं, एक जो वो एक्चुअली है, एक जो लोग समझते हैं कि वो जो लोग उसको परसीव करते हैं, और एक उसका अपने मुतल्लिक ख्याल होता है. तो there are always three personalities: who you actually are, who you believe you are, and what people believe who you are. So इन तीनों पर्सनालिटीज को रिकंसाइल करना होता है, और रिकंसिलेशन के तभी हो सकती है जब आप अपना ऑथेंटिक बिहेवियर कंसिस्टेंटली डेमोन्स्ट्रेट करेंगे. तो आपके लिए भी वो लर्निंग है कि हाउ पीपल परसीव यू, आपकी इंटरेक्शन से क्या एक्सपीरियंस जनरेट हो रहा है और क्या चीजें आप चेंज कर सकते हैं. रिसेंटली हम लोग एक इंटरनल मीटिंग कर रहे थे एंड वी हैव गॉट अ वेरी वेरी सीनियर पर्सन एंड ही वाज शेयरिंग कि वो साउथ अफ्रीका में थे एंड for him, he was okay, where the people told him as a feedback that he appears to be very, very arrogant, right? And then he has to go back and review his personality, his choice of word, the way he engaged people. तो उसको फिर अंदाजा हुआ कि why people have a perception of arrogance when he is not, right? So इस तरह की जो चीजें होती हैं वो तभी शुरू होती हैं जब आपको फीडबैक मिलता है और आप उस फीडबैक को कंसिडर करते हैं. Most of the time हम फीडबैक को रिजेक्ट कर देते हैं based on our own perception about ourselves. So सबसे पहले तो आपको ओपन अप होना पड़ता है और तब आपके पास अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलती है कि आपने अपने आप को चेंज करना है. दूसरी चीज, अगर आप चाहते हैं कि लोग आपके मुतालिक अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस हो या आप अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस जनरेट करें, तो फिर दैट्स मीन आपको ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों से मिलना पड़ेगा. जो लोग बहुत इंट्रोवर्ट हैं, दे कैन एक्ट एज अ स्पेशलिस्ट, लेकिन स्पेशलिस्ट के लिए डेफिनेटली दे आर ऑलवेज सर्टेन लिमिट्स जहां तक आप एज अ स्पेशलिस्ट जा सकते हैं. जब तक आप पीपल मैनेजमेंट में अच्छे नहीं हैं, आपकी जो इंटरेक्शन, आपकी कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स जब तक अच्छे नहीं हैं, आप वो एक्सपीरियंस लोगों के लिए नहीं जनरेट करते जो लॉन्ग लास्टिंग है, दे कैन पिक अप द मैसेजेस व्हिच यू आर ट्राइंग टू गिव, वो एक चैलेंजिंग सिचुएशन होती है. So that's why आपके लिए हम हमेशा बात करते हैं your network is your net worth. लेकिन उस नेटवर्क में आपकी पॉजिटिव रेपुटेशन आपकी नेटवर्क जनरेट करती है. Just knowing a lot of people without generating a right kind of experience may not improve your net worth. तो net worth के लिए जरूरी है कि एक तो आपका नेटवर्क बढ़ाओ और उस नेटवर्क में आपकी पॉजिटिव परसेप्शन एग्जिस्ट कर रही है. डिप्लोमेटिक एटीट्यूड इज नॉट द गुड एटीट्यूड. डिप्लोमेटिक का मतलब यह है कि आप ऑथेंटिक नहीं है, आपको अपना बिहेवियर चेंज करना है. बिहेवियर चेंज में डिप्लोमेटिक जो है ना, प्रैक्टिकली यू आर जस्ट सेइंग यस और यू आर जस्ट टोइंग अ लाइन विद अदर पर्सन. इट्स नॉट द वे where it's seen as a diplomatic. When we are talking about diplomatic, we are talking about you listen to people, you recognize and try to understand what they are saying, you reflect on that, and you can respectfully have a different opinion. It doesn't mean that you can't share your opinion. It's always that how you present your opinion as an argument, and you leave it there कि अगर मतलब मेरी बात नहीं मानी जाएगी तो if it's not why it's my way or highway वाला जो attitude होता है ना, वो नहीं चलता. So you have to respect that diversification कि वो जो आपके पास opinions आ रही हैं आप उनको सुन सकें और अपने opinion को रिफ्लेक्ट कर सकें और उसको आर्ग्यू भी कर सकें कि आपकी ये ओपिनियन क्या है. अगर लोग आपकी ओपिनियन को नहीं मानते, इट डजंट मीन दैट आपकी ओपिनियन गलत या सही है. इट्स जस्ट दैट दे आर पीपल हु हैव अ राइट टू डिसाइड एंड दे मे डिसाइड अदरवाइज. लेकिन आप अपनी ओपिनियन को कितने अच्छे तरीके से प्रेजेंट करते हैं, या आप इमोशनल हो जाते हैं कि मेरी ओपिनियन नहीं मानी तो मैं क्यों जाऊं, मैं क्यों पार्टिसिपेट करूं इसमें, मेरा एक व्यू था उसको किसी ने सुना ही नहीं. सो दैट्स नॉट द वे हाउ इट वर्क्स. जस्ट मेक श्योर it's authentic you. So आपको एक exercise में देके जा रहा हूं. You have to go back and ask at least 10 people what they believe who you are, what they believe, right? And then come back next session and we will pick up from here and try to understand कि लोगों ने आपको क्या feedback दिया है, who you are, और आपका क्या ख्याल है, कितना डिफरेंस आ रहा है उसमें. So here we will take a break today and I think chat box में already link available है. अगर आप already registered नहीं है तो use that link to register. I think you will enjoy that session और फिर हम इस पे आगे further गुफ्तगू कर रहे होंगे. So thank you very much for joining today's session. हम career zone पे भी आगे बात करेंगे, but meanwhile you please do join that session around future ready internal auditor. I think a lot of people will be interested. हमारे career zones के लिहाज से ये assurance advocate की category में आता है and we will be picking up later on that as well. So guys, thank you very much for joining today.